Because once again, admitting it out loud meant I had a problem. If you're a high performer and you think you're fine, you might be the only person in the room who feels that way about how you've been showing up lately. Not because you're lying to yourself, but because you've gotten good at something that looks exactly like strength and it isn't. Here's your insight. Here's the distinction nobody's giving you right now. You see, tired has a bottom. You push through it, you sleep, it resets. Now, what I'm talking about doesn't have a bottom. It just keeps going and going. Fatigue, worry, intrusive thoughts. There's a clinical name for it: persistent depressive disorder, PDD. Some people call it high functioning depression. Here's the actual symptomology: a depressed mood most of the day, more days than not for at least 2 years, plus two or more of the following: low energy, poor sleep, eating changes, low self worth, trouble concentrating. And this is 2 years, not 2 weeks. That's why it doesn't look like typical depression or you're in a crisis, because it's actually hiding as a mask underneath your personality. Here's the scoop: one in five men will go through this in their lifetime, but at the same time, less than one in three of us will ever show up to get some type of support. Yeah, you heard me right. 33% of us. You already know why. Because showing up is silently admitting something's wrong. But here's the thing: you don't do wrong, you cover it up with control. Here's why this gets missed in people who perform at a high level: it doesn't show up looking like depression, it shows up looking like anxiety, hypervigilance, overstimulated, always on, indications of survival mode. While traditional depression puts non high performers in a hypo, lower, slower, about self, feelings, and mood, almost half the people carrying PDD are also carrying an anxiety diagnosis right alongside it. And this is due to the hyperactive mood. So it gets treated as anxiety, managed as anxiety, medicated as anxiety, but the actual thing underneath never gets touched. Here's where it all began. This didn't start last year or even 10 years ago. This started with you as a child. You were the one who showed up, the one who handled it, the one who gave to everybody. Because giving at that time was the only thing that made you feel safe inside your body. This became your identity, the mask you were in public to feel safe. You didn't just wake up one day and decide to be an overgiver. You learned it young, and the world reinforced you every step of the way. Good employee, great husband, great wife. You're such a great friend. You're the one everyone leans on to be there. The exact thing that built your success is the same exact thing quietly taking you apart. And you can't even see it yet because it's wearing the same clothes as your strength. I know this because I lived it. Every word of what I just told you. A year and a half ago, I was working with 38 patients a week. We just had our newborn, and we started to deal with cartel activity moving into the area we were living right outside of Mexico City in the rancho. And the whole time, everyone around me thought I had it together. I was actually burning at both ends. I was dealing with sleep that never felt right, overthinking that didn't stop when the day did. I can feel my body approaching burnout, but I also felt like I wasn't allowed to say it out loud because once again, admitting it out loud meant I had a problem. And I was supposed to be the strength for my family. Everyone saw composed Greg, reliable. Everyone except for my fiance came full her, thank God. Nobody saw the candle burning at both ends inside of me. And I almost didn't see it either. That's how good the disguise is, especially over time. We're talking 2 years, guys. I see this every week in my mental health practice, working with 35 to 38 patients, fathers, mothers, professionals, business owners, athletes. Someone sits down and they tell me they're fine. They're not lying, they actually believe it. They've just reframed exhaustion as dedication. They reprogrammed hypervigilance as having their edge. They've reinforced numbness with putting more on the calendar. None of this is weakness. It's your survival skills that never got told they can stand down in order for you to feel safe. If you're feeling this right now, here's how we can actually get out. And it's not with pushing harder, because that's what got you here in the first place. Step one, slow down. This is the one step that's going to feel wrong. Everything in you says push through it, handle it, keep moving. But here's the thing, slowing down feels like losing ground, but it's not. It's the first move that you've made that isn't more of the same pattern. Step two, stillness. Now, I'm not talking meditation for an hour, I'm talking just enough space, a few minutes where nothing is demanding something from you, long enough for what's underneath the motion to actually surface. Step three, feel what's coming up, thoughts, feelings, what your body's actually holding on to. Don't manage it yet, don't try to fix it, just notice it. That noticing is what's going to make it real. That noticing is also your prefrontal cortex coming back into safety. You see, what happens when we get triggered, we automatically, our prefrontal cortex, our amygdala, the logic, the reasoning behind it all, it stops making sense. So when we get triggered, we're feeling the surge of that emotion and there's no logic behind it. So when you're able to name the emotion you're feeling, you're telling your amygdala and prefrontal cortex that we're safe because we can name what we're experiencing, and that's allowing your body to drift back into safety. This is what's going to help real regulation be possible for you, real strategy, instead of just pushing through it like you're used to. You can be the strength for your family. I'm not saying otherwise. At the same time, don't try to be the strength for your family by burning yourself down to do it. Now, if any part of this sounds like your last 18 months, I built a free scorecard that shows you exactly where you're at. The link's below. Go check it out. Take care. Take care. God bless. You've got support. Tap in.